what we fought for and sacrificed to evolve as a country have treated you so egregiously in our name today. And I'm offended on that respect, and especially for your child. So my apologies, ma'am. I feel badly for you. And I will not convey my full faith and credit to that act. It will not happen. I will personally guarantee that will not happen. Okay?
So I just want to let you know. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Lotus.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, and I just, I wanted to come on the air, and I hope that I hope that this show is instrumental in reaching a lot of parents, because this issue is not isolated to this one case. It's actually a huge problem. And, I'm so grateful that I have Lotus Justice, who, she also helped me in facilitating today. I was on the phone, you guys. I was on the phone with Homeland Security, TSA,
right.
The FBI.
All this, you kept coming back at me and saying, he said this. I said, call him and tell him what he said.
I was on the phone for 5 hours today, and I finally, spoke to a really nice gentleman, and he said, I advocate for children as well. And,
that's what it takes right there. That's the point. You can't assume that everybody in the system is bad, because I'm telling you, they're lying to all of us, man. They're lying to all of us. Even the people way up on high don't have the whole picture. We are so far removed from the people controlling, it's like a Sim City perfected. But they don't understand that there's a consciousness, and we know when stuff is wrong. I mean, no person with any moral turpitude could hear the story of Sara and her mother and think that was right. That's not right, especially if I'm talking about it. I guarantee you, if I were to present her cause, there's nobody that would agree with anything that the state did. The state, in parentheses, the state.
With respect to the judge, who I have not spoken to, and I don't want to speak on his behalf, but I think he was misled.
I agree.
He's misinformed, because...
he's owed that grace. He took the word of his union brother, what he did. He banked on his union, and he needs to not. They need to stop banking on their union, and these administrators need to start questioning in fervor.
I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt, because
I agree. I completely agree.
They did.
Even in equity, I think they should be given the benefit of the doubt at this point. I do agree. So the union is very strong. The force is strong. The force is strong amongst them.
Well, small little victories. So we do know that Sara is not going.
I'm going to tell you, that's an amazing victory, because here's why. You have the name and the number and the personal guarantee of a man who seems culpable in morality, who has guaranteed that your child would not be in the hands of anybody who's going to pederast her tonight. And I think that is an incredible victory, considering that I think what they tried to do today to you is a basic practice among the states. And I know that Sara will definitely remember this day, but I also hear that you've been doing this for 4 years, and that she probably knows what's going on, in a manner of speaking, and knows that she's an unusual object.
I really don't know where she's at right now.
Well, she's in protective custody right now.
Let's put it this way. The state is responsible for whatever happens to her right now.
Okay, so she's in protective custody in Oklahoma, right?
From what I gather, yes.
Yes.
I am waiting to hear back from the judge. I guarantee you
that Amelia's going to find out first thing tomorrow at 8 o'clock where the heck she is.
Yeah, the judge's secretary, the clerk, his personal clerk, called me back this evening and she told me that she was going to be relaying the message, and he would be getting back to me. So we can expect to hear something in the morning, but now
we know who's responsible for answering to your daughter's whereabouts as of 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. And that in law, big L law, is a big deal, because these people are little L law banks. They suretize their acts against our faith and full credit. And if they operate outside what is morally reprobate to us, we don't suretize those acts, and the men therein can answer for their own acts. And so we have a lot of people. Amelia has definitely, there's enough alarm going on. I doubt she got on a plane today to California. That's what I'm going to say. And
I really hope so, because, with Homeland Security, Amelia, you were trying to tell them to not let them, put her on a plane, right?
Yes, but that involves filing motions. So we're going to be.
The mother could actually call the NSA and Homeland Security of her own accord right now. There's actually a Homeland Security number in your state, and you should call them. I don't think that you should just assume that all avenues of administrative process have been broached. I think that you should call them.
I think what we need to do...
Did you call the airport or no?
Before we do that, and we'll talk about this off the show, because I'm going to be wrapping it up, but we have to invoke the Adam Walsh Act. And
that's for the Federal Sheriff's Act. Mm-hmm. So I'm interested in that. But I guess my point is if the mother is wanting to know more.
Yeah, and I can't give you more information, Lisa. But no. Lotus, I wanted to talk to you on this show before I wrap it up about the Rucker-Feldman doctrine, because I did mention that to the judge, and I just wanted to know if you could share a little bit with the listeners about what that is.
The Rucker-Feldman doctrine
I don't really understand what that's about.
I'm sorry.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Lotus.
Well, I was going to say that the Rucker-Feldman doctrine is what they seem to be throwing at parents and maybe even attorneys that are challenging the conveyance of these children against federal statute or state statute. And they're saying that people are not satisfying this, quote, state custody requirements under the Rucker-Feldman doctrine. And so these are children that have been seized in a state, so like state of X, and the parents are dwelling on the state of X, and the child is seized by the state of X agents. And then they're saying when you get to the federal level that you haven't satisfied that the child is in the custody of state of X. And you're like, well, they took him 2 years ago, okay? So this is what is the argument preventing parents from recovering their children when they file habeas lawsuits in the federal level. And there could even potentially be evidence on the record, prima facie, of criminal acts of lower court agents, judges, administrators, clerks, whatever, just egregious violations of federal, state, statute, due process, you name it. Criminal acts of open trafficking of children. And they're saying, well, we're not going to touch it because you haven't satisfied the state, quote, custody level requirement. So I'm trying to figure out how the state of California not only satisfies
even the state of Ohio doesn't clarify what that is.
I agree with that. I know, because in the state of Ohio, with Clay's case, pursuant to state statute, the child is always in state custody. So even if a contracted employee group, and they have particular categories, suretized by the state, not suretized, private and public. So we have so they're saying children are always under state custody. It's like, so why is the federal United States that's paying for these things? So, and I think what has happened is, I really think that they've read what I put in Indiana, and now, as I predicted, when I put that bar that we're not going to pay for the full faith and credit on the federal level anymore, when you unlawfully convey children through state acts of agents and agencies, now they're just going between states and like calling each other and say, hey, we need that baby over there, we need that property, that bond, and they go and they attack the mother and attack a child and swoop on them.
What I'd like to clarify on the show, and is that I did call FBI headquarters, and I did clarify that this is occurring, and this was a violation of the Rucker-Feldman Act. So hopefully I will be getting some phone calls back tomorrow, because I've
if they're going to use it against us, we're going to use it against the states. I want to know what the magic word, what are the magi words for state, custody. You magis must have the keys.
Yeah, give me the magi key first.
I think that Sara is owed to know what the magic bond keys that achieve her freedom.
So we're laughing, and this is not a laughing matter at all.
No, but it is a paradox that I think that Sara, that your daughter will make sure that what happens with your child is not repeated. I think this show will make that happen. So I know that Amelia is working really hard. That's what I know.
Yes, yeah. I'm working very hard, and I mostly just wanted to let you know where I'm at in the case, and I am an advocate on the case now officially. They have my information.
For the child.
For the child and the family. So
because it's very traumatic. It's very traumatic.
Yeah. So that being said, I gotta wrap it up, guys. I have to cut it short. I'm so sorry. Lisa, I gotta go. Thank you so much for coming on the air. We're gonna have you back on again when it's better times. When we have better news to report. Okay, thank you so much. All right. Just stay cool, okay? Stay cool. All right, Sara is safe. All right. Have a good night. Okay, bye-bye. Okay, so, are you with me here?
Yeah.
You're fading too.
No, I'm listening.
Well, no, and I didn't want to give too much information. It's like, this is happening everywhere. This is happening everywhere. It's an epidemic. And the thing is, and this is why I wanted to go on the air the way that we have, kind of,
Are we off the air right now?
No, we're not. We're
on the air?
Yeah, we're still on the air.
Hey, okay, great. So, I think that the point, though, is this. I understand we want to be really kind of obfuscating because they tend to be retaliatory. And that's why we've been very obtuse about the state that's actually acting, and we know it's California. I think we.
Yeah. So this happened today. This morning.
I agree with you, man. I think that the state of that initially trusted the word of the California attorney. But I mean, seriously, okay, Amelia, if I were an administrator in one state and someone flew someone in to come and talk to me, I'd be like, why is this child so valuable?
Yeah, I mean, I would need more documentation than just the word of the attorney.
This must be worth at least a first-class airfare because you don't look like you fly coach, motherfucker. Like, what the
Oh, yeah, well, look, and the thing is,
that's me. That's me. I'm a business person.
We did our due diligence. We really did. Mom and I did our due diligence. And I actually worked with DHS. And they like I said, they did a welfare check. And I called this in before I agreed to even advocate on her case.
Right. I mean, you knew what was coming. I mean, you could tell. And actually, the fact of the matter is the mother left the state to try to get remedy.
She left the state. She wasn't going
to get a fair shot in California.
Yeah. So this is where we're at, and I'm going to wrap this up because I do want to give everybody involved the benefit of the doubt, and I hope that this all turns out well. Even if there are concerns with the placement with the mother or extended family, hopefully those concerns are investigated and everything is resolved. All right, guys. This has been another episode.
Kick out. I love you.